Wrestling, it's the art of telling stories. You know, I can take on anyone. Just tell the right story with it.
And Eliza Hammer can now tell the most dramatic story of them all.
It's going to be interesting, for sure.
Once a month,
I'm a heel here.
Hammer finds a quiet place inside the Elk Grove Indoor Soccer Center.
Yeah, I was a face for pretty much up until maybe 3 months ago.
Where she puts on her face and prepares to find her character.
So I get to do a lot of hardcore wrestling, you know, barbed wire and thumbtacks and all that stuff, which I really enjoy.
Tonight's Supreme Pro Wrestling card features her first title defense as Extreme Champion.
It is a lot of pressure, though.
But that's only a footnote in this story.
It's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still around.
Josh Littell is the owner of SPW. And tonight, he's stepping into the ring one final time.
This is going to sound corny, but you literally never know when it's your last match.
To say Littell has an obsession with wrestling, well, would be an understatement.
At some point it became, I want one figure of everyone who's ever wrestled.
His home stacked from floor to ceiling with heroes of his past and present.
How many think you have?
No idea. My degree's in English.
His love for the sport led him to jump into the ring 20 years ago. His name forever changed to Sir Samurai.
So this is my match book. When I first started, my very first match was actually a Battle Royal, April 12th, 2003.
More than 1,300 matches jotted down.
My 500th match was a big deal because it was me and Thatcher, and he was my best friend.
Which includes, of course, his last one.
So final match, 1385, City Fights in Pinole. I didn't write Then I Died, because that seems, I don't know, self-indulgent, but that's the final match. So 1,385 matches.
It was April 26th at a public library, a crowd mostly filled with kids.
We were the main event and wrestled the match, and it went fine. All things considered, the kids had a good time.
But right after the match, in a makeshift locker room, Samurai was given a real-life dropkick.
Evidently, my heart stopped, and I just fell to the floor. Officially, I was dead. There was no nurse or doctor said anything different than, yeah, you died on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm getting available. Let's break it down, please.
Copy. Kind of gets me excited is when they call your number. It's like, okay, we're getting something.
Like most wrestlers, Eliza Hammer has a real name and a real day job.
I knew that I wanted to be someone that could be a helper. So I thought this was a good place to start.
To her coworkers, she's known simply as Alex Bell, and she focuses her life on saving lives.
Even seeing him collapse, I was like, what are you doing? What's going on?
But in that moment, inside the Pinole Library, in that makeshift locker room, Alex Bell and Eliza Hammer acted as one.
I had him in my lap, you know, I'm talking to him. There was just a moment where I literally just saw like the life leave his eyes. And I knew in that moment, I knew he was gone.
Hammer began giving Samurai CPR.
So I started doing compressions. My first thought was really, you know, this isn't gonna work, you know, and I've done CPR many times before, and it has never worked before.
I was told it was 3 to 4 minutes that I was technically dead, and I didn't see a light or anything, but I definitely had a sensation of being pulled back right before I woke up.
His eyes did like open, and I was like, oh, hello, like, hey girl, what's up?
The percentage given of people who survive was 0.001% or something like that. So I shouldn't have survived anyway. But the fact that I survived and my brain and body are still working, nobody understands how that happened. They don't know why I died, but they also don't know why I came back.
A month later, Samurai is back at an SPW event, looking forward to being back in front of the crowd.
It's not every day your best friend retires.
But he's here.
Yeah.
My name is Sir Samurai. 3 weeks ago, I died after a match in Pinole. Every doctor, every nurse, and a bunch of janitors explained to me that I should not have survived.
Yes, back in the ring, still alive, but now with a defibrillator in his chest. He was forced to give up his life.
People would always say, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50. How much longer can you do this? And I was very clear. I was going to wrestle until the day I died. I pulled that off. But trust me, this sucks, but it's good news. I survived.
Thank you, Samurai.
Like all wrestling events, the storylines must go on.
Love you.
Love you too.
But in this place, faces can be hidden behind every field. And real-life stories about miracles aren't just storylines. The photojournalist Victor Nieto. Jason Marks, KCRA 3 News.
Well, last week, all of the Supreme Pro wrestlers started CPR classes, and SPW now has an automated external defibrillator, the AEDs, right there on the site. And Sir Samurai is hoping that other pro wrestling organizations will take a lead from all of this and take the same measures.
I'm just, he just seems normal.
Right.
Like nothing ever
no
happened.
Impact, yeah.
That is incredible.
Agreed.
Well, what a story there. Yeah.